What if I told you that there was once a football player who could outrun defenders, outjump center backs, score from almost anywhere on the pitch, and somehow still kept getting even better every single year? A player so complete that no matter how you tried to stop him, he would always find another way to beat you. Need a goal from 35 yards? He could do it. Need a last-minute header? He could do that too. Need someone to carry an entire team in the biggest Champions League nights? There was only one name everyone feared. But here's the real question. Was Prime Cristiano Ronaldo actually the greatest version of any footballer we've ever seen? Or has time made us remember him as even better than he really was? Today, we're going back to the years when Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't just scoring goals. He was rewriting what football fans thought was humanly possible. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why so many people still believe Prime Ronaldo was football's most unstoppable machine. Welcome to Sports Arena, where we break down the biggest stories, greatest players, and unforgettable moments in sports history. If you love football documentaries and deep dives like this, you're in the right place. Now, let's travel back to the version of Cristiano Ronaldo that defenders feared the most. The making of a monster. When people talk about Cristiano Ronaldo's prime, most immediately think of Real Madrid. The endless goals. The Champions League nights. The trophies. But the truth is, that version of Ronaldo didn't appear overnight. It was built over years of obsession. Even as a teenager at Sporting CP, Ronaldo wasn't satisfied with simply being talented. Teammates often talked about how he stayed after training, practiced more than everyone else, repeated the same skills over and over. He wanted perfection. When Manchester United signed him in 2003, many fans were excited, but nobody imagined what Sir Alex Ferguson was about to create. Back then, Cristiano was exciting, but frustrating. He had incredible speed, amazing dribbling, fancy stepovers, but sometimes too many stepovers. Instead of making the simple decision, he often tried to entertain. Defenders didn't always fear him. Sometimes they laughed at him. Even critics claimed Ronaldo cared more about looking good than helping his team win. For many young players, those comments would have destroyed their confidence. For Cristiano, they became fuel. Sir Alex changed everything. Sir Alex Ferguson saw something special. Not just talent, but obsession. He knew Ronaldo had everything needed to become the world's best player. Except one thing: efficiency. So Ferguson challenged him. Forget impressing the crowd. Start destroying defenders. Forget tricks. Create goals. Forget style. Win matches. Slowly, everything changed. The unnecessary skills disappeared. His decision-making improved. His finishing became sharper. His movement smarter. Every season, Cristiano looked like a completely different player. Then came the 2007-08 season. This wasn't just Ronaldo becoming world-class. This was Ronaldo announcing himself as football's next superstar. He scored goals with both feet. From free kicks, from headers, from outside the box, inside the box, counterattacks, set pieces. It didn't matter. By the end of the season, he had scored an unbelievable 42 goals. For a winger, at a time when Premier League defending was considered among the toughest in football. Manchester United won both the Premier League and the Champions League. Cristiano won the Ballon d'Or. Suddenly, the flashy teenager had become the best player on earth. But strangely, this wasn't even his final form. A new challenge. Most players would have stayed comfortable. Cristiano didn't. In 2009, he made one of football's biggest transfers ever. Real Madrid. The pressure couldn't have been higher. A world record transfer fee. Millions of fans expecting instant success. Barcelona dominating Europe. And Lionel Messi entering his own unbelievable prime. Many believed Ronaldo had made the wrong decision. Some even predicted he'd fail. After all, replacing club legends while competing against Pep Guardiola's Barcelona wasn't exactly easy. But Cristiano loved pressure. Because pressure gave him something to prove. His first season wasn't perfect. There were injuries. Disappointing defeats. Another league title for Barcelona. Another Ballon d'Or for Messi. For the outside world, it looked like Messi was pulling away. But behind the scenes, Cristiano was transforming himself again. This time, not into a better footballer, into a better goal scorer. From superstar to goal machine. Something incredible happened over the next few years. Cristiano slowly changed the way he played. Earlier in his career, he loved dribbling, loved taking defenders on, loved entertaining. Now, everything became direct. Every run had a purpose. Every movement created space. Every touch aimed toward goal. It looked simple, but it wasn't. His positioning became almost impossible to defend. Center-backs couldn't track him. Full-backs couldn't stop him. Midfielders couldn't catch him. He wasn't waiting for chances anymore. He was creating them through movement alone. This version of Ronaldo understood something very few players ever master. Football isn't just about having the ball. Sometimes, the smartest move is made without touching it. That intelligence made him even deadlier. Season after season, his goal numbers exploded. 40 goals, 50 goals, 60 goals, then even more. Fans slowly stopped asking whether Ronaldo would score. Instead, they wondered how many he'd score. What made Prime Ronaldo so special? Many players can shoot well. Many players are fast. Many players can dribble. Cristiano combined almost everything. His speed terrified defenders. His strength made him impossible to push off the ball. His leap almost looked unreal, despite not being the tallest player. He regularly outjumped defenders much bigger than him. His timing, his balance, his neck strength, everything worked together perfectly. Then there was his shooting. Left foot, right foot, long range, close range, free kicks, penalties, headers. There was no obvious weakness. But perhaps the biggest weapon wasn't physical. It was mental. Miss one chance. Forget it. Miss two. He'd still demand the ball again. Lose a final. He'd return even stronger. Every disappointment simply created another version of Cristiano Ronaldo. That mindset separated him from almost everyone else. Because talent wins games. But mentality builds legends. By the way, if you're still watching, chances are you're a true football fan who enjoys videos that go beyond the headlines. So if you're enjoying this documentary, make sure you subscribe to Sports Arena and turn on notifications. We're bringing you more deep dives into football's greatest players, biggest rivalries, and unforgettable moments. Now, let's see how Cristiano Ronaldo entered the greatest years of his career. The years when Ronaldo became unstoppable. By 2013, Cristiano Ronaldo was no longer just one of the best players in the world. He had become the player every defender secretly hoped they wouldn't face. This was the version of Ronaldo that combined everything he had learned throughout his career. The speed from his younger days. The experience gained at Manchester United. The intelligence developed at Real Madrid. And perhaps most importantly, an obsession with winning that had only grown stronger. Around this time, Carlo Ancelotti arrived at Real Madrid. Instead of asking Ronaldo to run all over the pitch, Ancelotti gave him more freedom. Save your energy. Stay closer to goal. Attack when it matters most. It sounded simple, but it completely changed Ronaldo's game. Instead of touching the ball 70 or 80 times a match, sometimes he only needed 30. Because every touch suddenly carried danger. He wasn't trying to entertain anymore. He was trying to finish the game. And more often than not, he did. The Champions League king. League matches were important. Domestic trophies mattered. But there was one competition where Cristiano Ronaldo looked almost unstoppable. The UEFA Champions League. While many great players performed consistently throughout a season, Ronaldo had a different habits. The bigger the match, the better he became. Quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. These weren't moments that scared him. They seemed to bring out the very best in him. Opposition managers created entire game plans just to stop Ronaldo. Some used extra defenders. Others kept midfielders close to him. A few even changed their formations. Yet somehow, he still found space. Still found chances. Still found goals. It almost became predictable. Whenever Real Madrid absolutely needed someone to step up, Cristiano Ronaldo usually answered. That ability to perform under the brightest lights became one of the biggest reasons many fans called him football's greatest big-game player. Records that sound impossible. Every season brought another record. Most Champions League goals. Most goals in a single Champions League season. Most knockout stage goals. Most hat tricks. Fastest player to reach incredible goal milestones. The list just kept growing. Normally, records exist to be broken. But Ronaldo wasn't just breaking them. He was destroying them. There were seasons where scoring once felt disappointing. Because fans expected 2 or 3. Imagine being so consistent that a single goal almost felt like an average performance. That's the level Cristiano Ronaldo reached during his prime. He completely changed expectations. More than just a goal. Many people remember Prime Ronaldo simply because of his goals. But reducing him to just a goal scorer isn't fair. His movement constantly created space for teammates. His presence forced defenders to stay deeper. That opened opportunities for players around him. His work ethic also raised standards inside the dressing room. Stories from teammates became legendary. Training before training. Recovering after everyone had left. Strict diets. Perfect sleep routines. Endless gym sessions. For Ronaldo, success wasn't luck. It was preparation. He believed that if he worked harder than everyone else, eventually the results would follow. That mentality inspired an entire generation of footballers. Young players stopped asking how talented Ronaldo was. Instead, they started asking how hard he trained. The MESSI debate. Of course, no discussion about Cristiano Ronaldo is complete without mentioning Lionel Messi. For over a decade, football belonged to those two names. Every Ballon d'Ors, every Champions League campaign, every El Clasico, fans compared everything. Goals, assists, dribbling, free kicks, trophies. Some believed Messi was naturally gifted. Others believed Ronaldo represented hard work at its absolute highest level. The truth is, They were simply different. Messi could glide through defenders like they weren't there. Ronaldo could overpower entire defenses through speed, movement, timing, and relentless finishing. Comparing them will probably never have a final answer. And maybe that's what made their rivalry so special. Instead of taking greatness away from one another, they pushed each other to unbelievable heights. Without Messi, would Ronaldo have worked even harder? Without Ronaldo, would Messi have stayed as motivated? We'll never know. But football fans were lucky enough to witness both at the same time. Was Prime Ronaldo perfect? Not exactly. Even the greatest players have weaknesses. As Ronaldo evolved into more of a striker, he dribbled less than he once did. The explosive winger from Manchester United slowly disappeared. His free-kick accuracy also dropped compared to his earlier years. There were matches where he looked quiet for long periods. Critics often pointed to those moments. But here's what made Ronaldo different. He only needed one chance. 90 quiet minutes could suddenly become one unforgettable moment. One header, one penalty, one powerful finish, and everything changed. That's why defenders could never relax. Because against Ronaldo, the game was never truly over. So how good was Prime Cristiano Ronaldo actually? Maybe that's the wrong question. Perhaps we should ask, how many players in football history have ever reached that level? A player capable of scoring over 50 goals season after season, dominating Europe's biggest competition, winning league titles in different countries, breaking records almost every year, leading both club and country, and performing when the pressure was at its absolute highest. That's incredibly rare. Prime Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't just a great footballer. He became a standard, a benchmark, the player future generations would be compared against. Whenever someone scores 40 goals, people mention Ronaldo. Whenever someone performs in the Champions League, people mention Ronaldo. Whenever someone talks about discipline and dedication, people mention Ronaldo. Because his legacy extends far beyond statistics. He proved that relentless improvement can sometimes be just as powerful as natural talent. And that's perhaps the greatest lesson his career leaves behind. So, was Prime Cristiano Ronaldo the greatest footballer ever? Or was he simply one half of football's greatest rivalry? No matter where you stand in the GOAT debate, one thing is almost impossible to deny. Very few players have ever dominated world football with the same consistency, mentality, and hunger as Cristiano Ronaldo during his prime. And that alone is enough to secure his place among the greatest players the sport has ever seen. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Sports Arena, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next football documentary. And now we want to hear from you. Which version of Cristiano Ronaldo do you think was his absolute best? Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, or Portugal? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one right here on Sports Arena.